Have you ever felt like you can't get someone out of your head? It's as if, even if you try to push away the image of that person, it returns to your thoughts. And most of the time, this happens in the quietest moments, perhaps before bed, when the environment is silent, but the mind curiously remains agitated. Uninvited, this person repeatedly pops into your mind, as if a part of you is connected to them in a way you don't yet fully understand. Sometimes this happens with someone who isn't even present in your everyday life, someone with whom you don't have frequent contact. However, this person invades your most intimate thoughts, becoming a constant presence in moments of reflection and silence. And you ask yourself, why? Why can't this person, of all the others I know, get out of my head? This experience is more common than you might think. It's not just a whim or a slip of the mind. When someone occupies our thoughts in such a persistent way, there is something deeper behind this phenomenon, something that transcends reason and penetrates the territory of spirituality. If you stick with me until the end of this video, I promise we will explore this mystery together. Let's decipher the spiritual meaning that may be behind this constant thought. More than that, we will discover how these mental and spiritual connections form, and how they can be linked to greater energies, to invisible forces that operate beyond the physical plane and our everyday understanding. Now imagine for a moment, what could happen if you were to decipher this hidden message? These constant thoughts could not just be the result of chance, but rather an invitation to discover something more about yourself and the people who cross your path. The answer to this question can be surprising and revealing, bringing new light to what you thought you knew. Think about that person now, visualize them, or feel what they represent to you, as if you were doing a short meditation. This person is connected to you through their emotions, and our emotions are one of the ways the universe communicates important messages to us. But what does the universe want to tell us when a person is constantly in our thoughts? To better illustrate this phenomenon, I would like to share a story. Imagine an autumn afternoon. The sky is cloudy and the wind gently caresses the trees, while the leaves fall serenely. Anna, a 35-year-old woman, sits in a cafe, lost in thought as she watches the movement of people on the street. In recent days, she had felt a deep restlessness, a feeling that something important was missing. It wasn't for lack of affection or accomplishments, but something more intimate, something she couldn't describe in words. And there was one constant in these thoughts: the memory of an old friend from college, someone she hadn't spoken to in many years. Strangely, she couldn't stop thinking about him. At first, Anna dismissed these thoughts, believing them to be just fleeting memories. But as the days passed, this presence became stronger and stronger, filling his mind at random moments. During work, on walks, and especially before bed, the image of this friend appeared repeatedly. It was as if something between them was unfinished, something that needed to be resolved. One night, however, Anna had an epiphany. These thoughts were not hers. They were a message, a sign from the universe, as if something or someone was guiding her towards something she didn't yet fully understand. The universe constantly sends us signals, and often these signals manifest themselves through the people who appear in our lives, or in our thoughts. People we can't get out of our heads may be occupying this space for a greater reason. It could be a lesson to be learned, a cycle that needs to be closed, or a meaningful connection that has not yet been fully understood. These people can be messengers of the universe, bearers of a truth or an essential lesson for our growth. What do these people represent then? When someone remains so strongly and constantly in our mind, it's natural for us to ask ourselves, what does the universe want to tell me through this person? In the spiritual world, we believe that everything is interconnected, and every thought, every sensation, every person that enters our life has a specific purpose. And these connections, in which we insistently think about someone, are especially meaningful. They connect through energies that we cannot see or touch, but which are very real. In many cases, the people who occupy our thoughts may also be thinking about us, as if both souls were in an invisible tune. At this point, the powerful law of attraction comes into play. The law of attraction teaches us that what we focus our attention on tends to manifest in our reality. In other words, our thoughts are like waves of energy, and this energy has the power to attract people, experiences, and situations that vibrate at the same frequency as our thoughts. Constantly thinking about someone can, therefore, be a way of attracting that person into your life, whether on a physical or spiritual level. But it is important to understand that thinking about someone does not always mean that we should seek a physical connection or establish a close relationship with that person. Often, these people appear in our thoughts to show us something about ourselves, a mirror of aspects that we have not worked on or fully understood. It may be that this person's presence represents an aspect that we are avoiding, or perhaps it is a sign that there is a part of us that needs to be healed or resolved. Imagine that your mind is a mirror, and that each person in your thoughts reflects something that you carry internally. This constant person on your mind is an invitation to explore something within yourself, a request from the universe for you to reflect on what this person may be trying to teach you. Ask yourself, why does this person occupy my mind? What does they represent to me? What spiritual lesson or message is the universe sending through these persistent thoughts? In many spiritual traditions, we speak of soulmates or kindred souls, people with whom we share a spiritual connection so deep that it transcends time and space. Perhaps we have met these souls in past lives, or perhaps we are destined to meet them in this life to fulfill a mission together. Often, the people who occupy our thoughts in such a powerful way do so because our souls are seeking this reunion, an opportunity to grow and learn together. In other cases, these people are there to teach us a difficult but essential lesson for our development. However, it is essential to know how to differentiate between what comes from the soul and what comes from the ego. The ego, in turn, often seeks validation, control, or personal satisfaction, while the soul seeks genuine connection and spiritual growth. Ask yourself, does this constant thought bring me peace or restlessness? Is it an unresolved emotional need or something deeper? By asking these questions, you open up space for a deeper understanding of yourself. Thinking about someone constantly can be a powerful opportunity to look within yourself, to reflect on what they mean to you, and what their presence in your thoughts reveals about your own journey. These reflections are an opportunity to discover a new layer of self-knowledge and self-understanding. What does this person represent in your life, and how can you learn from this connection? In the end, you may ask yourself, what should I do if I can't stop thinking about someone? The answer is, don't rush. Often, simply accepting that this person is on your mind is a significant step. Meditate on these thoughts, write about them, or simply observe them. Be present with them, as it is in this space of reflection that clarity emerges. If you feel you need to act, do so calmly and with an open heart, always seeking to learn and grow. Ultimately, the people who constantly appear in our mind are a manifestation of the universe guiding us towards our spiritual development. Whether it's a learning opportunity or a lesson in love, each person carries a message, a chance for growth. If someone remains in your mind, observe, reflect, and be open to what the universe wants to tell you. Because at the end of the day, the universe is always working in our favor, guiding us toward the people and experiences we need for our spiritual growth. Now I want you to think again about the person who has been on your mind. What do you feel now? Is there more clarity? If this video helped you better understand what you are experiencing, I would love for you to leave a comment below sharing your experience. Have you ever constantly thought about someone and then realized there was a deeper meaning behind those thoughts? I'm sure your story can help others who are going through the same situation. And before I say goodbye, I want to invite you to subscribe to this channel. Here we talk about spirituality, personal development, the laws of the universe, and how we can apply all of this to live a fuller and more conscious life. If this theme resonates with you, if you feel like you are on a path of growth and discovery, subscribe so we can continue exploring together. Remember, the connections we feel are not coincidences. Everything has a purpose, and when we start paying attention to these signs, we discover that life is always guiding us towards something greater. So, I'll wait for you in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. We are on this journey together, and each step we take brings us closer to understanding who we are and what our purpose is in this vast universe.